This is how much plastic I used in 1 week. And some of it is definitely unnecessary, like plastic bottles, plastic forks. I'm ashamed of myself. And you multiply this by 4 weeks in a month and 52 weeks in a year. And I'm just one person of the almost 330 million in this country. It's no wonder our landfills are running out of space, China won't take our recyclables anymore, and a lot of our plastic waste is ending up in the ocean. And as a reporter, I see this firsthand. I see just how harmful plastic can be. I went to a turtle hospital in Florida where veterinarians are finding plastic in the majority of baby turtles that come to them.
And that's for plastic?
It's gone from a question of do they have plastic now to how much do they have?
But here's the other problem. Plastic is everywhere and it's convenient. And like me, you're probably busy and have so many other things to worry about. But I found myself feeling guilty every time I used plastic and beating myself up about it. So I wondered, what if I challenge myself to not use plastic for at least 1 week? Lately, I've been really good about cooking. And by good, I mean that I've been cooking a lot. Not that my cooking has been good. I made this. So there, secret's out. I'm not a good cook. But this weekend was really busy and I had a lot of shooting to do. And today I have a lot of editing. So I'm going to have to go out and buy some food. The problem is that in most places, they give you a lot of plastic waste with your food. And today is my first day of my no plastic waste challenge. So I'm at this place that has pretty good bowls. So I brought my own container and utensils, and I'm gonna ask them to put the food in here. Let's see how it goes. But is it possible that I could get it in my container? No. Yeah, that didn't work out. There were challenges. Like some restaurants won't take your outside containers because they say it's a sanitary risk. So plan B. And finding a place that serves you food in something other than plastic can be difficult. Okay, I hope this works out because I have a headache, I'm really hungry, and I have to get back to work. Thank you. At least it's not plastic. And I get to use my reusable fork, so I don't have to use plastic. Also, my water bottle. Good morning. We'll have this plantain that comes in its own wrapper, not plastic, and eggs. I'm assuming they came in a different container. They're my roommates. I hope it's not cheating. I figured it would be much easier if I could just go grocery shopping and cook so I had control over what plastic I used. But then I got super busy at work. My boss gave me a new deadline, which means I'm busier than I was this morning. I had breakfast about a couple hours ago, so normally by this time I'd be snacking on something. But what I usually snack on comes in plastic. I might crack, and it's only day 2. Spoiler alert, it wasn't easy. In fact, it wasn't long before I failed. So my first piece of plastic was a bottle because I was very hungry and all I had was a shake. So I finally got a break from work. I'm starving. I am so hungry I'm going to order something. I'm putting in my notes, is it possible to not include any plastic? Thank you. So far, so good. Plastic lid, but it came with a note. Sorry, could only cover with plastic lid. Did not include any other plastic. Enjoy. Thank you for helping the environment. That's sweet. At least they tried. And this goes into my pile of shame. Look who finally made it to the grocery store. So I did my homework before coming here and I looked up this store that sold things in bulk. That way, I don't have to buy things wrapped in plastic. Oh, and of course, I bought my produce bags online so that I didn't have to use plastic ones. And then at the grocery store, I made some easy substitutions, like bags. But there was other plastic I just could not avoid. What do you wrap this in? Can you please? But it was wrapping it in paper after wrapping it in plastic and then wrapping it in plastic again after the paper and then put it in a plastic bag. But that one's okay, because when I brought the food home, my chicken was right next to my vegetables, and that could have been a sad case of salmonella. None of this came wrapped in plastic, but that's only meal one. So it did get easier once I was able to grocery shop and cook. Planning ahead was key. I didn't leave work last night till 11 p.m. So I'm pretty proud of myself for getting up early enough this morning to cook again and pack my lunch. You know, just another day living without plastic waste. I'm almost done with this challenge. No, that doesn't mean I'm gonna go back to my old ways after the 7 days are over, of course. And some things were easy to give up, like plastic straws. Others were harder, like delicious Thai food. So my roommate was ordering food and she offered me some. And I never say no when someone offers me food, but I forgot it comes in plastic. I was doing so well too. Guess what today is? Day 7. I worked through the weekend and I'm pretty tired. I could really use a coffee. So I came to the coffee shop, but I brought my own cup. I also brought, my own straw. So you wanna know how I did, huh? Ta-da! Okay, so I know I failed at not using any plastic for 7 days, but I did much better. And I realized there's just some plastic I don't need. Like I think of all those times that I bought iced coffee and I could have just brought my cup instead of taking the plastic cup they give you. And you might think you're just one person and what you do doesn't really make a difference. But it does. Take it from the activists that clean our beaches.
The number one items that we find are straws, bottles, cigarette butts. When we make the decision as an individual, we do see an impact in the marine spaces in our community.
So that's it. That was my 7-day nope, less plastic waste challenge. One more thing. The reason this was so difficult is because plastic is everywhere. And it's everywhere because some companies choose to use it. So you might be wondering, what about the role that corporations have in this? What about the government and how they could either incentivize companies to use something other than plastic or make rules so that they can't use so much of it? Well, we covered that in our story about marine life eating plastic, so check it out. Tell us what you think.